Hey, horror hounds, welcome back to the channel. If you're anything like me, you're always on the hunt for that next terrifying thrill, that movie that will have you sleeping with the lights on. Well, you've come to the right place. 2025 is shaping up to be a fantastic year for horror, and the streaming services are delivering the scares straight to your living room. Today, we're diving deep into the chilling depths of Amazon Prime, the delightfully dark corners of Tubi, and the suspenseful selections on Hulu to bring you a sneak peek at some of the best horror movies you absolutely need to watch this year. Get ready for jump scares, psychological torment, and maybe just a little bit of the grotesque. We've got supernatural chills, slasher thrills, and everything in between. So grab your popcorn, turn down the lights, and lock your doors, because the terror is about to begin. Let's get spooky. The ocean holds wonders beyond our wildest dreams and secrets buried deeper than we can imagine. The movie centers on two sisters, Drew and May, during their annual scuba diving trip to a remote and beautiful location. Their peaceful dive takes a catastrophic turn when a sudden and violent underwater rockslide occurs. May is struck by falling rocks and becomes trapped by a large boulder, pinning her to the ocean floor 28 meters below. With May's oxygen tank slowly depleting and the crushing pressure of the deep sea against her, the responsibility falls entirely on Drew. She must overcome her own panic and inexperience to figure out a way to free her sister and get them both back to the surface before time runs out. The film becomes a tense race against the clock as Drew faces perilous challenges in her desperate attempts to save May, battling the unforgiving underwater environment and her own physical and emotional limitations. The Dive, a 2023 thriller available on Amazon Prime Video, plunges viewers into a terrifying fight for survival beneath the surface. Next movie is Saint Maud. It is a modern masterpiece of psychological and religious horror, Rose Glass's chilling debut, Saint Maud. This isn't your typical jump scare flick, it's a slow burn descent into faith, fanaticism, and terrifying delusion. At its core, Saint Maud tells the story of Katie, a young, devoutly religious nurse working in a bleak seaside town. Following a traumatic experience, Katie undergoes a profound religious conversion, renaming herself Maud and believing she has a direct line to God. She becomes the private caregiver for Amanda, a flamboyant and terminally ill dancer. Maud becomes convinced that God has tasked her with saving Amanda's soul. Her initial attempts at gentle guidance soon escalate into obsessive fervor. As Amanda resists Maud's increasingly extreme religious interventions, Maud's grip on reality begins to unravel. We witness her internal struggles, her perceived divine communications, and the growing chasm between her intentions and the terrifying consequences of her actions. What makes Saint Maud so effective is its masterful blend of psychological horror and unsettling atmosphere. The film brilliantly uses claustrophobic settings, a haunting score, and Olivia Cooke's incredible performance as Maud to create a palpable sense of dread. It explores themes of isolation, guilt, the dangers of religious extremism, and the terrifying power of a fractured mind. The Night Eats the World. In a city that never sleeps, a nightmare awakens. The Night Eats the World plunges us into a silent apocalypse where Paris has fallen to a relentless zombie horde. Sam, a young musician, wakes up after a party to find himself the sole survivor in his building. The once lively streets are now teeming with silent, swift undead. His world shrinks to the confines of the apartment, where silence is both his sanctuary and his torment. This isn't your typical zombie flick. The Night Eats the World is a haunting exploration of solitude, survival, and the slow descent into madness. The silence of the zombies is unnerving, their relentless presence a constant, suffocating threat. If you crave a different kind of zombie movie, one that lingers in your mind long after the credits roll, this is a must-watch. Looking for a horror film that blends breathtaking beauty with creeping dread? Spring might just be your next obsession. After a personal tragedy, American Evan flees to Italy for a fresh start. There, he meets the enigmatic and captivating Louise. But beneath Louise's alluring exterior lies a dark and ancient secret. As their connection deepens, Evan begins to witness strange occurrences, hinting at something far beyond the natural. Is Louise truly who she seems? And what is the terrifying truth she's hiding? Spring masterfully blends romantic drama with body horror and cosmic dread. It's a unique and unsettling experience that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about love and monsters. This isn't your typical jump scare horror, it's a slow burn descent into the bizarre and terrifying. If you're seeking a horror film that's intelligent, visually stunning, and deeply unsettling, add Spring to your watch list. You won't forget this twisted love story. Pandorum. Looking for a sci-fi horror that will leave you breathless? Then you need to know about Pandorum. Pandorum is a science fiction horror film set in the distant future. Two astronauts, Lieutenant Peyton and Corporal Bauer, awaken from hypersleep aboard a seemingly abandoned spacecraft. Suffering from amnesia, they have no memory of their mission or how they got there. As they explore the dark and decaying ship, they discover they are not alone. They encounter savage, cannibalistic humanoids and begin to piece together a terrifying truth about the ship's fate and their own survival. The film explores themes of isolation, paranoia, and the primal instinct to survive in a nightmarish and claustrophobic environment. Pandorum delivers relentless tension, a truly nightmarish atmosphere, and shocking twists that will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very end. It's a descent into madness you won't soon forget. Nightmare Alley. Set in the late 1930s and early 1940s, Nightmare Alley tells the story of Stanton Carlyle, a charismatic but ambitious man who joins a traveling carnival. He quickly learns the tricks of the trade, from mentalism to cold reading, and uses his newfound skills to climb the social ladder. But Stanton's ambition knows no bounds, leading him down a dark and dangerous path of deception and manipulation. This isn't your typical jump-scare horror. Nightmare Alley masterfully blends noir elements with psychological dread. The true horror lies in Stanton's descent into moral decay, his exploitation of others, and the terrifying consequences of his relentless pursuit of power and wealth. Del Toro crafts a visually stunning and atmospheric world where the line between illusion and reality blurs, and the darkness within human nature takes center stage. If you're looking for a horror film that goes beyond cheap thrills and delves into the darkness of the human soul, then Nightmare Alley is a must-watch. It's a haunting and unforgettable cinematic experience that earns its place on our list of top horror movies. What did you think? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more top horror movie recommendations.